options for the developers, and they're totally excited about it. The 3D quality is simply beautiful. Most of you remember how you felt the first time you saw Super Mario 64 on Nintendo 64. It was a breakthrough that took the industry by storm. But this is Nintendo DS action, playing on our new portable system, just as you'll see it on the show floor tomorrow. Isn't it exciting? Well, then Mario sees himself in Nintendo DS, and he feels like flying. Now, how exactly do these screens get used? Well, again, it's developer's choice. But for starters, one character can stand 2 panels high, or take 2 different perspectives of the same battle, or monitor constantly available maps and menus. Here's a brand new Metroid game playing on Nintendo DS. The same way you'll be playing it tomorrow. Targeting and shooting now moves beyond buttons. Just tap the screen where you want to fire. Metroid's missions have always been nerve-wracking, but now they're non-stop, because all of your map positioning and weapons changes are done on the fly. It's just awesome. But 2 screens are just the first of 2s that define DS. Let's move on to the next pair. 2 media bays. One accommodates DS software, easily holding games with 1 gigabit of data and well beyond. The other plays all of your favorite GBA games. That's right. Backward compatibility means an instant library of over 500 titles. And it also welcomes a host of different accessories to enrich your game experience. Next, consider the most exciting 2 for game players. 2 incredible new forms of player control. This is where the connection to your game really changes. The first is touchscreen, responding to either a stylus or to your fingertip. It's transformative. Whether you're inputting data onto a software keyboard or actually changing the direction or viewpoint of your gameplay, it's truly unique. The combination of 2 screens and touchscreen stands to reinvent gameplay. You can only find this on Nintendo. You can only feel this on Nintendo. And besides touch, there's talk. The built-in microphone can be married to voice recognition programs. That means your voice, and only your voice, can control the play. Together, touch and voice opens vast new realms of game interaction. If you're looking for the future of gaming, look at the interface. Finally, my favorite 2, dual wireless capability. The first is a proprietary application that allows up to 16 people to play and communicate together. The range extends up to 100 feet. Think about different seats in an office, a lecture hall, an airplane. Who says they can't all become connected playgrounds? And with Nintendo DS, local wireless takes on a whole new definition. Specifically, imagine instant chat and draw, transmitted exactly like you created in your handwriting. Your little works of art will look the same way on other screens as they do on your own. And DS will even connect for you, springing to life from sleep mode once you're in range of someone else transmitting in group format. But what if your friend is more than a few feet away? say, a few time zones away. No problem. Wi-Fi means you can connect via the net. It's beyond online. It's no line. In all, this machine truly is transformative. It changes how you connect to your games and to each other. There's no reason to take my word for it. Instead, listen again to the developers who are already working on it. Their eyes are fixed firmly on the game horizon, mapping entirely new routes with Nintendo DS.
We look at the Nintendo DS as the next generation in portable gaming. It's more advanced, fully 3D. The two screens allow for a new game mechanic.
I think the brighter display and I think this new memory format is really going to set the standard for how handheld devices are going to be created in the future.
What I like best is the touch panels. The idea of just touching is wonderful. It's the touch panels that make things easy. The games that took a very complicated operating system and input system may be more player-friendly by using touch panels. The function will enable us to try more interesting things.
And one of the most exciting parts of playing video games is competing with your friends and your family, and to be able to compete with a live person is just ultimately the most exciting part of a product. The fact that a format like Nintendo DS supports that kind of multiplayer is tremendous because it really allows games to get to the next level.
We can use 4 screens when played by 2 players, maybe even 6 screens or 8 screens. The number of screens increases rapidly, and that kind of possibility of expansion makes us excited.
The developer opportunities are right now what's really driving a lot of creativity in the studios. How are we going to use the wireless? What can we do with 2 screens? What about the touch screen? That's really focusing our game designers on trying to build games in an entirely new way.
What you've heard and what you've seen don't begin to tell the DS story. You can't start to appreciate it until you get your hands on one starting tomorrow. And even then, it's just a start. The benefits of DS will be rolling out for months and years following launch. And when will that launch come? We're targeting release of Nintendo DS in both Japan and America this year. And Europe and Australia in the first quarter of next year. It will come to the market. It will come to the market with a new name and at an affordable price. On the show floor tomorrow, you'll see a wide range of demonstrations. Many of them, in fact, will become retail software. The change that DS represents, and indeed all of the new Nintendo, is happening under the leadership of our worldwide president, Mrs. Satoru Iwata. Please join me in welcoming him.
Thank you. Thank you. Nintendo was proud when we introduced the plus key switch with the NES instead of arcade joysticks. Proud of 2-player gaming with the NES and 4-player gaming on Nintendo 64. Proud of that analog joystick and the Rumble Pack and True 3D. We are proud we established portable gaming with Game Boy. All these advances are now industry standards, all make us proud. But I think we are most proud of this. All of those innovations changed games, and so will Nintendo DS. DS is not simply new. It's not just more functions or higher specs. It is different. Of course, Nintendo DS is not the only change in our future. That same word, different, also defines our approach for our next home system. It won't simply be new. It won't simply include new technologies. Better technology is good, but technology is not enough. Today's consoles already offer fairly photorealistic expressions. Simply beefing up those graphics will not let most of us see a difference. So what should a new machine do? For both game creators and game players, new machine needs to do much more. They must offer an unprecedented play experience, something no other machine has delivered before. The definition of a new machine must be different. I want you to know that Nintendo is working on our next system, and that system will create a gaming revolution. Internal game development is underway. When the impact of the new home machine comes, our revolution will be there. I suppose I could give you a list of our technical specs. I believe you'd like that, but I won't for a simple reason. They really don't matter. The time when horsepower alone made an important difference is over. From this time on, we must create something more unprecedented experiences, the same way we have with Nintendo DS. So let me repeat. Work on revolution is well underway. When you see it, you will be excited because you will experience a gaming revolution. And with Nintendo DS, video games will be changed. This week, I invite you to enjoy the great new experiences we are creating for Nintendo GameCube and Nintendo Game Boy Advance, and of course, the wonderful new Nintendo DS. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Iwata. I hope you've all enjoyed our program this morning. But before you leave, I'd like you to step inside one more world for Nintendo GameCube.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Shigeru Miyamoto.
I'm not Link, but I do know him.